Hey guys, I'm Bill Mirabito of B2C Partners. There are two situations when it's ideal to hire an e-commerce consultant: when you have a big online project and when you need a plan to accelerate. In this video, we'll talk about big projects. In the next video, we'll cover plans to accelerate, and I'll link to it in the description. Be sure to subscribe to this channel because I'll be covering lots more e-commerce topics every week. Now, before we dive in, I need to say this. A consultant is not a substitute for having a general manager on your staff. Whether that general manager is a director or a VP, you need an executive to drive the online business. Executives cast vision, manage people, and oversee operations. Unfortunately, well-intentioned executives sometimes get lured into the weeds of managing big projects. And this is where things can get messy. Some examples: an e-commerce site design, a new line of business, digital transformation work, or switching platforms. These complex projects involve lots of teams, each with contributors and oftentimes stakeholders. Each group's work has details to manage and communication in all directions. Any complex project demands constant attention, which can divert an executive's focus from the business. And this is where a good e-commerce consultant can really help. So this brings me to my main point of this video. When an e-commerce project is a big corporate initiative, hire a consultant. Corporate initiatives have complex requirements, complex governance, and activities to coordinate from one team to the next. These are all details to manage from start to finish. Projects like this involve many different groups, each doing work that your goals will depend on. Some groups are inside the company and some groups outside. There are lots of tasks, lots of dates, and lots of room for communication to break down. For any executive, this level of complexity is almost impossible to manage with an already full calendar. Work like this is best suited for a consultant because the success criteria are spelled out in the consultant's work order: the scope, the dates, the cost, and the approvals. So the first benefit of using a good consultant on a big project is keeping project goals in focus. Building consensus on clear goals up front can determine a project's success. Building consensus with stakeholders takes candid questions, proper analysis, and good communication. In short, it takes good consulting. Can your general manager serve the role of an e-commerce consultant? Well, sure. But remember, executives make far better leaders than consultants. The range of responsibilities for an executive is much broader, and they rarely have the time to manage a big project or to cultivate consensus. How can they? Once a big project is in motion and momentum starts to build, you know that urgent needs will pop up. They always do. We've all seen when today's urgent needs compete with project goals. And when project goals slide below the radar, the project is at risk. For this reason, a good e-commerce consultant can better keep all teams aligned, on time, and on budget. Okay, so we've talked about the first benefit: project goals stay in focus. The second benefit of using a good consultant on a big project is keeping vendors on their toes. Beyond keeping everyone focused on project success, good consultants also help everyone produce their best work. From one project to the next, a good consultant works with many different clients. And in working with those clients, they work with agencies and service providers and software vendors, even referring the better ones from time to time. The consultant coordinates all teams on a big project, internal and external. And this level of coordination and influence ensures better teamwork and the likelihood of success. And success for a client with a consultant can lead to more work for the vendors involved. Trust me, you want your vendors bringing their A game and not their B team. Simply put, success is more likely with a consultant because it can lead to more introductions and more opportunities for the vendors who perform well. For this reason, vendors and contractors are less likely to drop the ball and more likely to give it their all when working with a consultant. So if you've got a big online project, ask around for a good consultant. It'll keep the project goals in focus and the vendors on their toes. Rest assured, your digital executive is still the ultimate stakeholder. But a good e-commerce consultant helps that executive focus on where they excel, driving revenue, casting vision, and developing their team. Thanks for watching. Leave a comment. I'd love to know what you think. And be sure to watch for part 2 of this video when you need a plan to accelerate. See you next time.